Yeet.
Am I jumping down? Oh, okay.
Welcome to Metaverse
Is
Degen.
it
I'm
working?
Lion. Yeah, it's working.
I'm old man Raptor, and our guest is.
Hi, I am TrainingFangs, but my friends call me Fangs, and I'm in the vband Synthia.
Ooh. So how
Cool.
how did that come to be, the vband Synthia, and how did you get involved with it?
So prior to the pandemic, my sister and I guess let me preface that my sister and I have been performing together since we were teens. And in a number of all sorts of different projects. In 2017, we came up with this concept band called Synthia. There's a whole backstory, and our songs have meaning that kind of go with the lore of our backstory. And we did perform live, and we wore the outfits. It was the whole gimmick. And then during the pandemic, I got into Vrchat, and very quickly realized that it would be an amazing opportunity to kind of segue our live band into virtual performing. It was much more accessible for us to do virtual performances, when there were no venues basically open. And, people performing in VR was sort of this new kind of hot thing. So we commissioned people to make our avatars and a world for us. And yeah, so that's kind of how we segued into performing in VR.
Ooh, that's really nifty. Ooh. Yeah.
Okay, you fall apart over there and go ballistic again. Keep your ass to the asteroid, buddy.
Yeah, hopefully this
Don't
time I
die.
don't freeze with my legs in the air or something weird like that.
That
That
yeah.
was hilarious. You told me about that.
Yeah.
Yep. Unfortunately, a lot of the time in which where you don't want things to go wrong will always go wrong.
Go wrong.
Oh yeah.
Yep.
If they can go wrong, they will go wrong.
Yeah, that's right.
Indeed. So, how you were mentioning to me to us before, you did a festival here in Vrchat as well.
Yeah, so we've actually performed a couple festivals here in VR. Last October, we opened up. There was a kickoff party for the Rain Dance Immersive virtual festival that was, a month long. I'm sure many people are familiar with it, and there was a lot of different activities. But yeah, we performed that festival. That was pretty cool. But more recently, we played Enterfest. That was last Saturday, and it was a really amazing show full of all sorts of incredible actors of every walk of life. There was, Falling Servo or Starheart. There was Naku. There was Solinus. There was Tone. It was just kind of packed with all sorts of really awesome and popular VR talent. And they also screened a bunch of virtual films, which was really neat. So yeah, it was awesome. And I'm forgetting to talk about the hosts. It was hosted by Anticrust and Virtual Lily.
Okay. Very interesting. So you were there just as Synthia.
Right. Me and my sister performed there. We had a half an hour long set that had visuals and all sorts of fun stuff. We were the first musical act to go on, other than Falling Servo, who opened up the whole show prior to the film screenings. But yeah, it was just a really awesome experience. Everybody was just so supportive, and just the talent, man, just so much amazing talent.
I'm sure. I can only imagine. What was it like performing in live in VR versus real life then? Because I've never done either.
Yeah. So for me, performing live.
Huh?
What?
Your friend.
I'm lagging. I'm gonna start this shit.
Yeah,
Am I alive again?
I think so.
You're alive.
Am I alive? Not to
You're alive.
interrupt, but yes, you have. Yes, you have. You're sitting in the bathroom. You told me that. Okay, keep going, Fang. What?
Hey, don't call me out.
I'm sorry. Sorry, folks. Didn't mean to call the person out.
A safe space here. We're in a safe space.
Yes, it's a safe space. The whole internet can see. Very safe.
Safe with me. We're fine, right?
We'll be okay.
They don't know what we look like. I forgot what was the question. I remember.
Oh, well, see what I
Performing
started
live.
again. I screwed up.
Okay, performing live and performing in VR. So what are the pros and the cons, the differences? So for me, performing live has always I've done it so much. I've done it for so long. It's very natural to me. It's kind of just like another day at work sort of thing. It's not, I don't get anxious really unless, the stakes are high to go and perform live. In VR, there are many points of failure that can happen between, lag, delay, crashing. I've had an experience where I almost crashed right before we were supposed to go on stage at Enterfest. That was really scary. And yeah, just basically all the moving parts that go into performing in VR it's so much more complex. And I would definitely, so anyone who's doing it out there, I commend you, because I know that it is, it's hard, you have to make sure that all these things are falling into place in order for, to provide a decent enough performance for people. And even to this day, like, it's a beast that I haven't really tamed. And when I look back at our performance, I find that there are places we could have done better, and constantly wanting to improve what we sound like, what the visuals look like, even if it's like down to like exporting visual files at a different bit rate so they look better on the video player kind of crap. Finding the right, killer bit, finding like the right bitrate ratio for streaming for things to sound like just decent, because you get a lot of compression when you're performing in VR, especially if you're going through, you have all these instruments going through an interface, going into your computer. Again, there's just a lot of points of failure. I might be ranting a little bit too much. It's a pain in the ass, but it's so fucking worth it, I guess, is the point, really. Because you can perform for like your friends who live like halfway across the planet,
You mean that planet over there behind me?
Yeah, that
That planet? Oh, okay.
Earth.
I
don't know. Planet
That planet over there where I live somewhere. You look for
Is
the
that
little
Earth?
dot and you'll see me. I don't fucking know.
Well,
Makes me feel real small.
I have no freaking clue.
But it's really cool, it's being able to see all these other musicians bring it. And like Naku, like, he's really got his set on lock. Everything from, his vocals to his tracks, they all come out really great. And he has a I feel like I don't know. This cracked me up. He has an avatar that he gives another user. I'm thinking a desktop user, that is actually his like IRL setup. So it's like a keyboard and like his laptop and his little Ableton push and all that's like all of his gear kind of set up in front of him, and it's just like a desktop user chilling. So I mean, I would really love to do something like that, because it's hard to perform in VR. You got all this gear on, you get this thing strapped to your head. You can hardly see your, instruments through this little peephole. But yeah, there's a lot of things
It's
that can
okay
go
until
wrong.
you stick your finger up there.
Oh, as I just did. Just like pushing my glasses up, kind of shit. But yeah, so I don't know, but it's super fun. And the people you meet,
Mm.
I just love doing it.
Okay. Do you think there's a possible future for performing and VR? Or do you think it's like a niche we do over here in Vrchat or whatever?
I I think right now it's a niche thing for sure. I see. Oh, did
He
we
crashed.
lose Raptor? Oh shit.
I
All
think he
right, well.
crashed, but he'll be back.
Well, we won't wait on him, but
Nope. The show must go on.
the show must go on.
Indeed.
Again, oh my god, dude, I'm the worst. What was the question again? Terrible.
So
ADHD.
it's all good. Happens to me all the time. Uh, do you think there's a future for performing and VR?
Yes. Okay, so absolutely, 100%. I just don't think it's really it's not accessible to everybody quite yet, I think when it does become more of a household thing, people having VR and probably in multiple different platforms. There are people developing platforms that are pretty much strictly geared just towards live performance acts. Have they taken off yet? No. There's been like a huge dip in development and, cash flow going into these projects, but right now it's a niche thing. I foresee it in 10 years being like a very, very common thing where there might even be a ticket wall to get into certain events. Which would be great for the performers, but right now, one of the beauty about what's going on in Vrchat is that all of this stuff is free.
Yeah.
It's just for the community. We all just perform for the community. We get DJs going on 24/7 every single day of the week in every part of the planet. People just performing for free. It's incredible, and like I said, once it becomes more of a household thing, having VR headsets, absolutely, you bet your ass people are going to be getting in on that action because it's fun, it's just a blast.
Yeah, I remember back when the whole community, the Vrchat creator economy thing started buzzing out. A lot of the Vrchat DJs and clubs started kind of splitting on whether or not they'll charge for admission or stuff of that nature, and they seemed immensely split on the whole idea.
Well, that's fair. As an artist or any art, form or medium, it's important to know your worth. So, if you're doing work, you want to get paid, but again, to circle back around to what I was just saying, I feel like a reason why people are so giving with their talents here on this platform is it's for the community. They love the community. We love the community, and we want to give back to it. We want to pour this content, this creation. We want to propel this community, and that's part of it. Whether it be a musical act or people who just like, everyone's just been so helpful. I feel like you need help making an avatar, you'll probably find someone to help you make an avatar. It might not be the best avatar, but you'll find somebody. Or at least you can probably find someone like giving away free classes on a Discord server just to show you how you can do it yourself. They give you the tools to do it yourself.
Yeah, that's something I have to agree with you. I have noticed here in Vrchat is the amount of people who are very willing to help you. You'd be like in a black hat. It would be like ranting, "Oh, Unity's crashing, having this problem. The lights are causing issues with my avatar," and someone just come out of nowhere. This is your solution, and then vanish off into the void again. No,
right?
As if that never even happened. It's an amazing thing.
A ghost in the night, like a phantom.
Yeah.
Or yeah, even if you're like having trouble with the new UI update or some shit, and you're like, I can't find this thing, someone will come over and help you. When I first started as a desktop user, the only reason why I figured out how to navigate this platform was from people and their kindness.
Indeed.
So, it's a beautiful thing. It's a beautiful thing.
It is a beautiful thing. You know, VRChat, I hope, stays the way it is as it progresses, because you can see they're trying to make it so artists, whether you're building worlds, avatars, or music, such as yourself, have the ability to like make a little something with the creator economy. There's talk of like a VRChat currency at some point, like Second Life, for example. But I just hope VRChat doesn't lose itself along the way.
Yeah.
I hit an
Welcome back.
asteroid, knocked my ass way over there. No, fuck, now I got screwed. Hi, folks, I'm back. Did you miss me? If you did, don't tell Mom, okay? Okay. What did I miss?
You miss absolutely everything. The world ended. She shared
Son
dark
of a
secrets.
bitch!
Everything is done.
Oh, wow. Holy criminy. God. Look out, folks. Watch the video. You'll find out the secrets that I missed. I don't know what to say after that. I have no idea what to say after that.
Earth out of orbit. Goodbye, planet
No,
Earth.
what it is, I lost all the air from up there, and they just whipped me out, and then the ship just says, okay, asshole, just land here where the cargo gets off, and they just kicked my ass out.
He gone.
He gone, dude.
Well, welcome back.
Thank you.
Back indeed.
Frickin' internet. Piece of shit.
Don't
Don't
wasn't
get
that.
crappy internet, folks. Get the best stuff you can afford. What?
Do you think, Raptor, do you think that VRChat will lose its way? And will like capitalize on the consumer eventually? Or do you think it will be a free open source
Am I getting
platform?
interviewed now? God damn, I'm getting interviewed. It's my turn, huh? That's the question again.
Well-
I wasn't paying
Raptor,
attention.
before you popped in, we were basically talking about that with the whole VRChat trying to make the creator economy with being able to make money here in VRChat. And then there's also talks of their trying to work on some currency like Second Life with here in VRChat.
Yeah, I gotcha. Yeah, we've been
that's where that
talking about
question's
that
come
left
from.
and right.
So that's
Where it
when
comes
she
from?
asked you that.
I could see it. Okay, sorry about that. Get the head in gear. Okay, too much less oxygen on this asteroid compared to the one I fell off of. I could see it if it benefits where it needs to go. What I'm getting at is if it goes towards the people that like you, Fang, you're performing, you know, and stuff like this. It'd be like in real life. If you actually looked at, you know, I know guys that did it. They actually DJ'd, not DJ'd, played actually live bands and live bars and stuff like this. And that's how they make their money a little bit, not fully, but it's a part-time thing and everything else like this. I could see it
totally.
if it benefits you and not going in to, don't get me wrong, VR chat needs, they've got it. It just, you know, the money goes where it needs to go to make it easier for everybody else. And it, you know, it wouldn't bother me if they had a setup, we talked before, that I had to pay so much money, you know, I'm not talking a ton, but you get some coins and say that coin, whatever the value of it is and everything else like this, say you're performing, right? And I come in to see you perform and stuff like this. I have to pay the guy at the door to get in, like that. Well, you do that even as a grown-up. It's a grown-up thing, blah, 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 to come and watch you perform. And I can stay through the whole rest of anybody else's performance because it pays through the way. It helps, and they get a percentage. You get a percentage, and both everybody equals out. Plus, it helps those people that create these worlds to give them a little more more incentive to go, you know, where it needs to go and stuff like this and all that. It makes a lot of sense if it can work that way, but somebody's going to screw it up. I don't give a shit what it is. Somebody's going to screw it up, hack it, do something stupid with it, and then it's going to be, oh, well, here it goes. Now it's just all upside down. Then they're going to start climbing the inflation onto it instead of where it costs you $5, for example, and then you got, say, 10 coins out of that 5, you know, instead of, you know, you got 10 coins for the 5 before it's over with. That 5 ain't getting you squat. You're like, yeah, you're only getting 2 coins for every $5 you dish in. Yeah, no.
Well,
And
you,
see,
you bring up a really good point. You know, like where when you go to performances in real life, you know, you pay a door
mm-hmm.
fee. And
Yep,
a
you pay a
percentage
door
of the
fee.
door fee, yeah, you pay a door fee. A percentage of it goes to the band, a percentage of it goes to the establishment. You know, maybe a percentage of it goes to the promoter. You know, and yeah, you get to enjoy all these performances, but I mean, this might be really big to say because myself included. I feel like a lot of people on VRChat are kind of broke. We spent all our money on, you know, HTC Vive trackers.
Yeah, they pay. Yeah, well, trackers. Well, paying for your gear, getting computer to handle the best gear you can get. Then you turn around and look at it again. That now you're having somebody make you an avatar. Okay, you got that situation and everything else like this. It just sooner or later that the only people that can afford it's the one that's got the deeper pocket, and they're going all out. Well, problem is you don't realize if you turn around and look at it that okay, yeah, but if you're turning around and getting, we'll just say a coin for what you're doing, that money can be turned around in VR itself, and maybe even maybe to buy the gear that you need in real life. It's a flip. It does a flip. It's not just strictly here. It works the other direction too. So you can actually
Right.
get the gear that you want or the avatars that you're looking for. Find a creator and pay them to make your avatars for you that you want made or whatever the ordeal is. It works. It's like one scratching back and forth, but it's when somebody takes it beyond the point and they overcharge, they get stupid, they get greedy is what it amounts to. They get damn right freaking greedy. And that's where it cuts the problem in half or makes it worse for everybody, even the small person. Knowing
I
I'm
think like
small.
a
but
temporary solution to something like that is honestly just like streaming your events and asking for donations. You know, you can make goals like trying to afford new DJ controller, you know, I mean, there was a point where I needed new index controllers. I probably should have done something for that, you know.
somebody else we know over here that played chicken and flopped like one and threw it and busted his. Yeah, he knows what it's like.
No.
Yeah.
He grenaded one real bad.
Expensive mistake to make.
Me and Raptor were playing The Forest in VR. And right off to my right, there was a cannibal coming at me. So I quickly panicked. I turned, I pulled the spear back, and I thrusted the spear and killed the guy. I also killed my controllers because I thrusted
right into
them.
The wall.
No, right into the nightstand. You could hear the crunch as they slammed it into the nightstand. And then
But did you kill the cannibal?
Yes.
Oh yeah,
the cannibal died.
Completed that.
Right through the face.
I completed that game in VR. It's a really fun game to play with a friend in VR. Definitely, my elbow hurt so bad for like a month from just like going like this. It's super fun game. I love that game. I wish that the new one was in VR, but it's not.
I think it may be, but one of the benefits of the internet and modders, even though VRChat has a weird experience with them, but the modders within a month of a game coming out usually always VRify it. Like for example, Cyberpunk, you can play it in VR now. You can play Elden Ring in VR.
Oh, what?
Yeah, there are VR mods produced within like 1 to a couple months of a game coming out, and you can play it in VR. It's like a standard with each one. Conspiracy tin hat thought, I think a lot of companies may do that to see what would it be. Well, we built Elden Ring. Let's see if people like it in VR and if it's worth doing in the future. It's like a weird free way of see if people are interested, I guess. But it's cool. You can play
that
it
shit,
like No Man's Sky.
Or what?
Just like No Man's Sky. Like No Man's
Guerrilla
Sky.
developing.
Indeed. Yeah.
No Man's Sky is hard to play in VR. You still have to use a controller.
Tell me about it. I know the feeling. It takes 20 minutes to get off the pad, and it takes me another hour to get it back to the pad because I couldn't figure out how to work my hands. Like I'm, oh yeah, I can't do these. Yeah, oh that, and I can this up and down. Every time I hit my trigger, it'd pull my body completely out of square. So I'm outside of the
love it.
fucking ship and nothing would fly. It was fucking what a mess. Uh-oh.
Oh, sorry. Hold
Yeah,
up.
it's
Oh, no,
I
it's
forgot
fine.
my AFK detection was on. All right, there we go.
no, it's fine.
I
Funny,
think I'm gonna have to set my bindings.
funny thing though, if
Go
you ever
on, sorry.
watched this guy try and fly a plane in No Man's Sky, it's the most hilarious thing in the world. You'll see the plane get up and take
Oh
off,
yeah.
and then immediately start spinning in circles and doing barrel rolls, slowly working its way in a direction. It is the most funniest thing.
Oh my
Mhm.
god.
Mm.
Yeah, it's funny.
It sounds nauseating.
Yeah. Hey,
Just
it's
get
okay.
sick just
You
thinking
gotta
about it.
understand when I'm playing it like this, if my fox, right? I can't see the sky or the ground, so it wouldn't make any goddamn bit of difference. All you see is the ship take off. Nyeh. Well, I guess I got this screwed because I can't see anything anyhow because I'm so small in the cockpit. I can't see nothing. It's funny or no?
Oh my
Hey,
god,
watch
that's
Raptor.
hilarious.
He's gonna do a half split with a turn twist and drill it into the ground. Yep, he did a pretty good job of it. I'm back. Hey guys, did you check
A
that
for
out? Yeah,
effort.
we saw the whole thing.
Mm.
Yeah, effort.
for
What
effort.
effort? What a moron. Get in a bigger avatar. Well, I like being small. It's so much fun. I don't have to worry about barfing in the cockpit or in my bedroom.
The video starts. You'll see the regular group mining and repairing their ships. And meanwhile, in his Raptor cam, and it's just in space, the ship is swirling in circles repeatedly as he's screaming, "How do I get this thing to stop?" Back to everyone else again.
Stop.
Mayday, mayday.
Yeah. Can I pull this cord and jump out? No, too bad. You're screwed. You're in here permanently.
You're
Have a
in
nice
space.
landing. Yeah, have fun.
You can't
Yeah.
eject in space.
You can't inject. If you do, you're just gonna go, oh, instant freeze or blow up like a balloon and go, oh wow, anybody got a pin?
Here you go.
There you go.
Well,
I love freeze
Well,
dry
what hit
snacks.
you?
yeah.
What hit you? It wasn't a pin. It was a nut off of the ship after I ran into everybody. Yeah, it pretty much killed me right on the spot. Yeah.
Well, technically, you could eject into space. You just may not like it because you won't be able to do anything after that.
Nope.
Nothing to grab onto, nothing
Yeah.
to redirect until you slam into something. Forever going at that one speed.
Oh my god.
Whatever that speed
I'm-
might be.
It's a pretty interesting way to go out.
Well, that entirely.
How fast did you go out? I don't know. I got clocked beyond the recognition. Can't figure where my asshole is. Too bad it went that way and the other half it went the other way.
Well, you see, I rocket ejected myself out and ended up slamming into a planet light years away. That's how that went. Indeed. Oh,
Indubitably.
indubitably. So, what was your experiences at Enterfest then with your performing? Was it something you'd do again?
Oh yeah, of course. My sister and I are already working on basically like sorry, let me start again. My sister and I are already working on like extending our set. I've already started making more visuals for that because I make visuals for each song individually. We just trigger them when we trigger the song, so you know they kind of. I try to like put a lot of imagery in the visuals that you know help convey the message we're trying to say in each song. Yeah, but as a whole, the festival was super fun. Me and my sister, I don't know if I've ever spent so much time in VR. I was in VR for about 15 hours because you know the whole event was like 10 hours long, and then afterwards we hung out for a little bit. But it was super great. It was really awesome to meet all these other musicians who perform live in VR because they're just like really great and super talented people. We're all picking each other's brains about like how we make it happen. What are our OBS settings for our stream? What sort of band EQs we put on our Ableton to try and make it sound the best. But yeah, it was really neat, and everyone was just super supportive. I had a blast. And there was a DJ, like a bunch of DJs afterwards, you know, the after party sort of deal. And Rue DJ'd. David Anderson Kirk DJ'd. He's the guy he's actually friends with my sister. They've produced music together, but he was the one who made all the music for Gorilla Tag, the VR game Gorilla Tag. He composed all the music for that.
Really?
But he's also a DJ. Like, yeah, that's like his main gig. And his first performance ever was at Enterfest. Like, me and my sister spent a solid few days like helping him figure out how to do that. I mean, he nailed it. He did really well. For first time, he did really good. So yeah, it was it was a lot of fun. Eulogy DJ'd as well. Yeah, it was just like a big party with a bunch of really awesome, super talented people. And also to circle back around to what we were talking about, getting paid to play. Most of the music acts did get paid, and they offered to pay us, but we actually put that money back into the charity that was partnered with Enterfest, which was Starlight Foundation. And the Starlight Foundation is a charity that basically brings virtual experiences to kids who are bedridden in hospitals. So it's like a fun activity for them to do when they can't really, you know, leave their hospital room. So yeah, we raised, you know, not a lot, but we raised a pretty decent amount for the Starlight Foundation, and that was really nice to see that, you know, people who watched the stream or were at the event actually pitched in for that. So
that is an amazing foundation.
Great.
And it's a good use of VR too.
Doubt.
Right?
Using VR to help people in hospitals.
Yeah. I agree. Like if I were kind of stuck or in a stationary spot, I feel like it would be a nice way to, you know, exercise my mind, be social, you know. You know, I don't know. I just feel like it would be a nice thing to do for anybody.
There is.
It's nice to do when you're not bedridden, you know. So
yeah, there is one group of people who's trying to bring VR headsets to people in old folks' homes right now. Kind of similar to what you're talking about. Yeah, I don't know if they have a charity or anything, but I think they're just trying to test to see if it's something to help old people feel less lonely. Because we all know once someone gets sent to the old folks' home, generally they're forgotten about in less than fun conditions. So using places like Vrchat or whatever is a pretty good way of keeping people social and their mind active instead of kind of sitting in a corner of a room.
Yeah, no, that is really sad to think about, but you know. And I'm sure they'd have a blast doing it.
Oh yeah.
I can just picture it actually.
Oh yeah, you can imagine me with something like that. Yeah, well, screaming up the top of my head, yeah. God damn it, Sus! Oh wow, where's the nurse?
Nurse! Reports from the nursing home.
Nurse, what's wrong? I don't know, but this rock just hit me. Can you fix this? I can't fix it. You're in VR. Oh shit, I gotta take this crap off. Where's the bathroom? I gotta go to the bathroom. Where's the bathroom? Yeah, pretty much. Yeah.
You already went to the bathroom on yourself, Raptor.
Yeah, pretty much. Yeah.
Let's clean up this mess.
Nurse, clean this up. I peed down in front of me. Why's that? An asteroid hit me. Oh, that made you go pee? Yeah, it scared the shit out of me. You should see my underwear. It's really messy now.
But at least they give you that green jello that you really like. You like the green jello, don't you?
No. Fuck no. I hate fucking green jello. Yuck. Thanks, Fang. Throw the worst thing in the world at me besides peas and lima beans. Green fucking jello. Yuck.
Well, you could get the chocolate. They could give you the chocolate pudding instead.
Now that I can take if it ain't out of somebody's ass. I don't care. That'd be perfectly fine.
Well,
pudding farts.
Fun fact. I used to work in an old folks home, and I was talking with one of the nurses. Apparently, there are a lot of old folks homes that become swinging paradises. So there may be a chance it'll happen if you get sent to one.
That
Thanks.
was kind of where
Thanks.
my mind went
Thanks.
when you were telling me you were giving all the old people VR headsets. I was like, this is gonna be
Oh my
real bad.
God. This is going down real
Without-
quick. Yeah.
I was told, not ERP, but real life, they swing and STDs spread rampantly. If old Uncle
God.
Ben has the clap, so does at least a good portion of like 10%
20 other people.
Yeah, exactly.
10% of the people
Oh my
that work
God.
there.
Where's this conversation going?
It goes everywhere. We tried to tell you this. You know, it just, hey, we just roll it into the old folks' home on a wheelchair. Don't worry, I'm going to get there one of these days.
Excuse me, sir.
But, you know.
Where's the bathroom? Are you wearing protection?
Hey, can you wipe my butt? Can you wipe my butt? Why? I don't know, but I got something on and I don't think it's pudding.
Sure.
On my tongue. On my tongue. Oh my God. Wow. I got this on my tongue. Oh, what is it? It tastes nasty. Where were we at? I was in Susie 101 room and I got this nasty thing on my tongue. Yeah, that'd be wow. Yeah, really bad. Don't take me serious. I'm just joking around.
Man, I love having
Oh, man.
editorial control over these things. It's gonna be an intro.
Yeah, guess what? You know where he points it at. It's my ass. He picks, he don't do nothing. He an innocent bystander. The old man does stupid shit. Yeah, when you get my age, you don't care. But lying over there, he's the innocent person he thinks everybody knows.
Well, to be fair, Raptor, you're the one who goes in absolute rants about the most randomest shit.
I
It gives
know,
me lots of
stupid shit.
fuel
I
to
just,
turn into
yeah, I
jokes.
feel. Yes. I know. I know. You
All
sure
right, we
in the
all have
hell don't want me to?
ADHD here. It's fine.
Oh, I'm not
You're in a
ADHD.
safe
This is
space.
me. I'm just the natural idiot. There's no difference between the two. But hey, what the hell, my book. But Fang, you just gotta wait. Sooner or later, you're gonna have that situation too. You just watch when you invite us to your ordeal. Make sure when you see us, tell us to make sure we're at the back of the room so we don't cause any trouble. Right? Okay, gotcha. Thank you.
Raptor, we'll just
we get
make
that
sure
straight.
we're muted and in our own private Discord call.
Oh,
That
God.
way.
Oh
we
my
won't-
God. Well, we're dicking around and she's going to go, what are you guys doing? I can see you on the stage and you're doing weird shit. What is so wrong with you? Huh? What are we talking about? Oh, sorry. We were talking in Discord dicking around. Sorry. My bad. Oh, that's why you guys were acting like weirdos in the background and people are staring at you. They were? I didn't notice it. Did you notice it, Lion? I didn't see anything. We just, no problem. Yep.
I do that all the time, honestly, when I'm trying to not like make noise at events. I will just like open up a Discord with my friends and we'll talk in the Discord.
Oh, yeah.
Yeah.
And sit there and BS and listen to their music and stuff like this so you're not interrupting what's going on. Yeah, I think everybody does that situation because it's just a little respect. But you got some of those people that are over in that corner and they're so loud you can't even hear what you're singing. And you're going, what? Huh? You're trying to listen to it. Yeah, everybody's got their own zone. They don't figure that, oh, wow, Discord, you can actually do that? Yeah, we've been doing it for at least 6 months. Get the hint, duh.
My
Get with the
favorite.
program.
My
Mhm.
favorite's the public world DJ who plays their music super, super loud. You have a bunch of people like at Chill and Sleep World, and then there's that dude playing like rap or metal, full blast, just going ham.
It's just like clipping. Like the
Hey.
audio's clipping.
Hey,
you know
what
what
are
I
you
mean?
talking
Yeah.
about? I used to go in the sleep worlds all the time and walk over and tap them on the shoulder. Gotta go to bed. Get up, damn it! Go to bed!
Have you ever
They
fallen
look
asleep
at
in
ya.
VR? I've
Me?
fallen asleep
No.
in VR a couple times. Not on purpose, but it happens. It's
Oh,
so
yeah.
you wake up like it's like how I don't understand how people do that because it's so I wake up so uncomfortable. You have this thing strapped to your face. You know what I mean?
Well, you give them time, Fang, though. The gear's going to get lighter. It's going to get sooner or later. Might not be this year, might not be next year, but maybe a couple years down, you're going to be putting something on your head that you don't even know it's there, and you're going to forget about it. You know what happens when you do something like that? You're going to go to the bathroom and run into about 6 different objects because you forgot the shit was on your face. You've never done that in your life. Wake up, you go outside going, wait a minute, I forgot my pants. Shit. Ah,
And you're
crap.
like in a Nico
Yeah,
Chan
I've done-
avatar. Like look down and see
yeah.
yourself in like a maid's outfit
You're
in
you're
VR.
going,
No,
what
but
the?
really you're just
Yeah, because
naked.
you woke up and you went outside going, oh shit, I got the gear still on. Hope the neighbors weren't up at 6 o'clock in the morning watching me with this. Yeah, it'll happen.
Oh, they
You
were
just
watching.
wait. Yeah. And they were watching. Yes, they were.
Yep.
Yes, they were.
100%.
They probably were filming and actually selling tickets. Hey, we're selling tickets. Watch this SOB. He's going to come out of the house again like he did just a week ago. Just wait. And they're all standing on your out on along the street, sitting in lawn chairs, coming by, go, yay! He did it again. I told you I got $20. I told you $20. You had, yeah.
I look forward to
Yeah.
lighter headsets without giant ass cables. You know what I mean?
Well-
Like this
Oh
big
yeah, you walk
tether on the back of
around
my
going,
head.
"What happened to you?" I don't know. I tried to hang myself. Yeah, you know that's not right. You're gonna have to go see a shrink. I didn't do it on purpose. It just went around and around my head. And I walked forward, and that was the end of it. Yeah, no big problem there. I didn't do it
That's
on
scary.
purpose. Like, yeah, mm-hmm. It happens.
Well, there is the
Yeah,
big
it
screen
would be
beyond
nice to
coming
have-
out, which is like no
Does
bigger
that
than a
have pass through?
I don't know if it's passed through or not. I haven't heard that. But if you have an index, it's no heavier than your index controller and about the size of a banana or the length of your index controller. And it's custom fit for your face. So you
Yeah,
like take a nap, scan your
I'm-
eyes, and it'll have the insert set to you. Although it's going to have a cord that's about as thick as your index cable coming out of it. But you don't have like a 10-pound potato hung to the front of your head.
Yeah.
Whoa! Where the hell do you get a 10-pound potato at? What the hell do you eat at?
The
Holy
index is
shit! He's
quite
eating big
heavy.
food.
It's very cumbersome.
Mm-hmm.
Especially like when I'm performing, it's like a huge pain in the ass because I'm constantly like move around too much. It kind of starts to, droop down. I try to keep it up on my forehead without getting it like actually touching my forehead. Sometimes I'll have to wear it like a little hat. You know what I mean?
Yeah, definitely. I definitely know what you're talking about. Although at least with some of the newer headsets by like Vive and Apple, if you want to spend almost $3,500 to $4,000, but at least they look like their new headsets coming out about the size of a pair of ski goggles. So there's a possibility.
Yeah, that
They're
sounds
getting there.
awesome. I would really wish for like it to be wireless though. That and to have I'm hoping that something like this comes out, just a lighter headset with great pass through, and also that has eye and face tracking. Because I feel like that's something that is like the next level of immersion, especially on this platform. Like first your half body, then your full body, and then I see the people who've got the face tracking, and they can be so expressive. It's just a really neat thing. And I'm hoping that they make that more accessible to the consumer.
Well, it is
Sure.
sort
And I
of
think it would be really
accessible.
cool too for like performers, because then you can actually see them sing or act or whatever. You know what I mean?
Yeah. Well, you can at least get mouth tracking on the index. You'll like hook it to the USB
What?
slot up here, and then you clip it to the front, and then it'll track your mouth. Your eye tracking is something you won't have, but you can have your mouth tracked at least.
Interesting. All right. That sounds clunky as hell, but I'll look into it.
But before it's over with, she's got all this shit on her head, and her head's down here going, God damn, I wish I could look up. I really do. There's so much goddamn weight. I wish I could look up. Yeah. They're getting there.
Yeah.
Just takes time.
I wish that there was I mean, like I have HTC Vive like 2.0 trackers. And they're great and all, but I would really like for something like almost like a suit. My sister has a Paratora X for her football body, and that works pretty neat though. There's no like real articulation on the feet. I wish that they had like more like mech suits, things that you could just like slip on and it tracks your body way better.
Well-
But yeah, they do have that, but they're like,
expensive as
Uh,
balls.
Major expensive.
Yeah,
Well,
tens of
yeah.
thousands of dollars.
If you have if you have enough money to buy a car outright, you can get yourself a Tesla suit, which is haptics, temperature haptics, and then also can track your body. But you could also get we were talking with Nez Virtual, and the mocap suits you could use as well. Like
Ooh.
30,
Well,
it's like a little over $1,000. And you know the weird motion capture suits, we have the little white balls everywhere? I think with a series of cameras in your room, the same way motion capture works, you can have your avatar be full body that way.
interesting. Again, the fact. Let's circle back around to where I said everyone in VRChat has no money, especially me. I mean, that's kind of a rude thing to say. I mean, I say that jokingly, but does seem to be the consensus. We spend our money on fancy computers and silly gear so we can dance around like a space girl. Hey.
And then there's people in the outside world looking in on us, wondering what the fuck is even going on.
Uh-huh. Yeah, you got people that look at you going, my dad come over here one time, I had my headgear on, and he goes, what the hell is on your face? Oh, new sports car, Mom, Dad, I just haven't got the tires on it yet. He looked at me like and walked right back out, and I had to take the gear off because he wanted to talk to me, but he just shook his head when he walked out. It was funny.
You didn't
Yeah.
want to try it?
My dad? Oh, God, here we go with this shit. Oh, God, you ready
What?
for this? My dad is 83 years of age. He got rid of his touchscreen phone to get one of the new flip phones, and he still came over and had the son straighten it out.
Of course. I mean, that's what sons are
Uh-huh.
good
So the grandson did it. I didn't. He didn't come to me. He went to the grandson because he's more computer savvy. And every time I talk to him, he just goes in one ear and out the other, and you can't hear in half the time anyhow. But some of the shit, my mom won't even touch a cell phone. She bitches about the goddamn control for the TV because it has too many fucking buttons. Yeah. It's just
My
the
mom
way
likes
society
VR.
changed.
I've put my mom in my full body
I think
and
it'd be
everything,
funnier
and
than hell to put.
she was really into it. And she'll,
Yeah.
if she's ever at like me or my sister's place, she'll put on the headset and hang out for a little while. And she gets down, I brought her to some clubs, and she's really into it. She thinks it's fascinating. I mean, it is.
Well, that's why I came in here, because of the fascination of it. That was the
Yeah.
only reason I actually bought it not for me. I bought it for the first head. This is my second Quest. Original first one still sitting in the box. They had problems when they first came out. The battery problem went into it, whatever. And it's still sitting out there. I have to send it in. But I actually bought it for my daughter because she was having troubles with society and stuff like this. And that's before the COVID setup came out because she was homeschooled. So we figured, okay, I'll get her. And I tried it first. Guess what? I had to buy another one for her, and I kept mine.
She likes it. She
Oh yeah,
uses
she
it?
gets on. She used to get. Yeah, she gets on here. It's funny. I'm not a young man, but they'll see it, and I go, "This is my daughter," and they'll look at me thinking, "Oh, your VR daughter." No, that's my real daughter. She's just across the room. She's just on the other side. And your daughter hangs with you? Sometimes, but not all the time, because she usually, how kids are with parents. Oh my God, my dad's here. God damn it, I gotta leave. So I'll start screwing around, and she leaves. She goes, no, sorry, I gotta go. It's just the way it is, But hey, I tried it with her and stuff like this, and she gets on here once in a great while. She's not on as like she used to be. She goes through. She's 18. They go through their spurts. What the hell?
Yeah. A real
No
life.
push, no shove. Yep.
You're not the only father-daughter duo I've met in VR. I actually have a really good friend, Kevin Mack, who's made a bunch of really cool worlds in VR, like Namuanki. I did a little film on that was actually in the Biennale immersive exhibit they had, the Biennale Museum in Italy, and his daughter Livy, and she's a DJ. And they're really cool people I met through this group called the Metaverse Crew. And I think it's really neat that families can get together on this when they don't like necessarily live in the same household. I mean, obviously it's different for you, but like my sister lives like 2 hours away from me, so it's really nice for us to be able to get together when we don't actually have to like physically get together. But we do have to physically get together when we perform.
So,
Well-
you're trying to say that you don't have to be so physically close together that you have to knock her ears around because she was driving you and pulling your hair. Gotcha. Understand. No problem.
No, I've never had a relationship like that with my sister. We fight very rarely. When we do, it's pretty bad, but you know, whatever, siblings.
That's sibling situations,
but-
yes.
I mean, as we've gotten older, it's definitely, you know, we've become adults, so we communicate instead of, you know, argue, petty arguments and stuff like that. But my sister is like my best friend, and I love her more than anything. And I just feel really blessed because, you know, I see a lot of people, and they, you know, a lot of people have their own siblings, and it's very rare. I feel like our friendship is very special because, you know, we do everything together. We make music together. We create together. We've been doing it forever. And yeah, she's just my best friend. I love her so much. And she's incredibly talented. I've learned a lot from her, you know, from producing music, how to be a good performer. Yeah, so, I mean, in the band we're twins, but she's actually my older sister. And we don't like
so
to tell,
you're the young pup of the bunch. Oh, okay. I got you. You're the young pup.
we don't like to tell people that, but
I figured it was the other way around. Figuring, you know, she was the older and the younger sister, was teaching the older. But I'm my bad. It was the other way around. I figured, you know, because you know the younger generation is pretty much more up on things compared to the older generation.
well, we're not that far. We're only a couple years, so you know. But
okay.
When I grew up, we were kind of inseparable. So feel like, I don't know, we like all of the same things more or less. But yeah, you know, I just love her to death, and we teach each other things, I guess, too, because she's always been really talented with music, and I am also a musician, but I don't really think that I'm as talented as her. Just in raw talent, she's an incredible songwriter. It takes a little bit more effort for me on my part, where it's very effortless for her. But we make a good team because I'm really good at visual stuff. Like my job in real life is I'm a video lead for an audiovisual company. So I work with all sorts of, you know, everything from being a camera op, RoboCam op. I do editing in Adobe Premiere and After Effects. I work with like LED light walls and lighting rigs, all sorts of stuff like that. So I have always been the person who produces the music videos. I make all the visuals. You know what I mean? Like, so that's sort of like where we, other than when we come together and perform, where everything is pretty much 50-50 because we sing together, we harmonize pretty much on every song. We're both playing our instruments respectively. We both have our own devices playing their own tracks that are sequenced together through MIDI. So that feels very equal. So yeah, we there's a balance, you know. She's definitely like, I will help produce the music, but when it comes to mixing and mastering, that's all my sister. When it comes to doing all the visual stuff, that's me. So nice. It's tit for tat. You know, and we just fall into place, and we know we get a nice little system going. It's easy for us, you know, just to get shit done.
So, since what things have you done with your real life job for audio visuals in here for your performances and stuff? Like, what things has translated over?
So I've shot a lot of videos in VR. I've made a couple. Well, I don't want to say I made all by myself, but I've participated in a couple films. I also have a group of people that I make videos with. Our production company is called Funded64, and we make a bunch of like comedy bits here in VR. And we also made I think I sent it to you, the King of the Hill, Lost in VR. So I shot all that. It just, being someone who's grown up with cameras and working in film, working with cameras, the camera that's in the platform is actually very, very easy for me. It was super easy for me to figure out. I'm sure, just takes a little looking into, but I have so much fun with it, especially the new drone feature. Yeah, it's easy for me to edit all. It's just easy for me to produce content,
Yeah.
just because it's something that comes naturally to me because I do it for work and I've been doing it, since college. Yeah, I mean, it's fun. I just think it's way more fun to do it in here. It's easy. I mean, I don't have to set up a bunch of lights. I don't have to set up an actual camera. I just like open up the little camera, bing, bang, boom, Bob's your uncle. It's so much easier to shoot. It's so much easier to shoot content in VR because, like we were talking earlier, like you can have people just create the asset or create the world, and there you go. You have the set. Not like where when I shoot music videos in real life, I have to make the set or hire someone to make the set. Usually, I'm making the set with my hands. Purchasing the materials and making it happen that way. It's just a lot more planning in real life when you have to like actually produce some sort of film. So I don't know. It's just fun. It's just fun. It's fun to do. We have fun with it. Yeah. Yeah.
Nope. So
sorry, I trailed off there.
don't apologize.
We do it
at
all the time. Don't apologize for what you're saying, man. We do it. We just proved it just a few minutes ago that we get off the subject all the time. It's just part of the fun. It's part of VR.
It's part of the conversation. Not every conversation's like structured and supposed to look exactly like a script. No.
Wait a minute, Fang, you went out of queue here. Get back in the line, goddammit. We don't got all day. What the hell's your problem, woman? Billy, get your ass over here. She moved again. Put the makeup back on her face. No, it doesn't work that way. It doesn't work that way in here. We just run with whatever
relight
flows.
The whole scene.
Goddamn right. You know how Susie is. She gets bitchy when she can't get that goddamn light behind your head. It's a real. She wants your ears to glow. I don't know what. It's just her shit. Whoever Susie is.
Do I even have ears?
She's over there going,
I don't.
Do I have ears?
I have buns.
Hey, goddamn it! I only have ears. Son of a bitch! I forgot my ears. That's what it is. Oh man, I wish somebody told me sooner.
I actually haven't heard you guys talking this whole time. I can't hear anything.
Really?
No.
Eh? That's my job. What the hell? I'm the old one here. Eh? Hold on, Sonny. I'll get right back with you and understand what the shit you're saying. Gotcha.
Quick. If she can't hear us, put a bucket in her head and we could steal things like from Skyrim.
Wait a minute. What are we gonna steal? Her boots? They don't fit me. I look like a boat. What the hell's wrong with you? What the hell?
You can live in my boots. You're so small.
I know.
You could be the little wolf that lived in the shoe.
No, I'm a fox girl, not a wolf.
Oh.
It's very important to me that our avatar had combat boots because we're freedom fighters.
Oh, I thought it was just because you didn't want to step in a lot of shit.
So that what you saying that kind of asked me a question. You said earlier that your music has themes and messages to it. What kind of messages and themes do your music usually have?
So we have a message of unity and love. But really it's a hand-fisted metaphor for climate change. In our storyline, we're living in the year 2222, so in the future, and we live on dead Earth. The Earth is dead. We killed it. And there's only a small amount of people who live in like a utopic society. When we say utopic society, it's like a biodome called Eden, and they're riding the coattails of capitalism and they hoard all the only fresh water that's on Earth and all the resources, the seed banks. And you can only live there if you're rich and wealthy or brainwashed. And then there are a bunch of renegade fighters who live, on the outskirts of Dead Earth, and they're fighters for change. And the reason why you are sorry, I'm wording this wrong. You can only hear our songs with an open heart, and we're transmitting them from the future to the past to basically tell humans of Earth to treat one another with kindness, to treat our planet with kindness, and if we can do that, then love will prevail, because love is tangible and you can use it as power. So our songs are basically transmissions from the future. And when you listen to them, I mean, it's not like we spell it out for people. It's synth pop music, so we try to keep it dancey. But if you break down the meaning, you can kind of get it. And we're trying to basically indoctrinate people into this army of love,
Yeah.
Sounds kind of hippy dippy when you say it out loud, but it's it's got heart. We put a lot of heart into that because I feel like the Earth needs it. I feel like people kind of need that right now, or have for a while. So yeah.
Alrighty.
I mean, there's also a lot of it's like a gimmick. It's kind of tongue in cheek, and when we do release our music video, you can kind of see that personality come out. It looks like the music video looks a lot like something out of like sci-fi channel of the 90s, or like Toonami or some shit. Yeah. It's definitely like the aesthetic we're kind of going for. I like harp on nostalgia, but yeah. I don't want to give away too much. If when we do have a world that we're gonna release it when we release the music video, and there are a bunch of like the backstory is basically all plastered on the walls so people can like read it. We did have like aspirations of eventually making like a short comic book, and kind of like selling that with the like digital download of the EP that we're going to release, stuff like that. We've got like high hopes and dreams, but yeah, we do want to convey a story and spread a message of unity and love.
Okay. How long has it taken you so far to work on the music video then?
So we actually shot the music video in 2019, but we had a bunch of things held up with production. We shot a portion of it, and then we were going to shoot the rest of it in 2020, and the COVID happened. We were finally able to like get everything in the can, so to speak, as in terms of like ending production and segueing over to the editing phase in 2021. And I just got the second to last final draft a couple weeks ago, so it's almost ready. We just want to make sure that we release it right. We gotta, hit up some PR companies and try to get it into some people's feeds. We're gonna release a teaser, the typical stuff you do before you release it, and we will release our EP with that music video. So people will finally have stuff to look up, because if you try to find our music online, you're not gonna find it. Which is kind of cool. It like adds to the mystique, but I would like for people to be able to listen to our stuff, because people have asked and I have nowhere to point them to yet.
All right. Well, as soon as you have a release date, let me know and I'll help push the message out of where to find your music videos or your EP.
Yeah, absolutely. Thank you. I really appreciate that.
Yeah, no problem. I could help each other somehow. I have zero problem with it. Let me know and I'll help as best I can.
You're so sweet. Thank you so much.
Yeah,
I feel like, a lot of people here in Vrchat are happy to promote, one another's art. It's one of the reasons why I love this place so much. Everybody wants to help, everyone wants to promote you, everybody wants to experience, your world, your avatar, your musical act. Um, everyone's like, hungry for it. It's really nice. It's refreshing. It's not like you're fighting tooth and nail, like performing at some dive bar, hoping that somebody like buys your fucking CD.
Oh yeah.
Like
God.
it's easy here to get people's like undivided attention. Because people are interested, and it's nice. It's a nice feeling. Like I
Yeah,
said, it's refreshing.
I can 100% agree with you on all of that. And being in VR as much as I have, and then going back out in the real world, it doesn't feel like the same place or the same people at all. It's a completely different thing. You'd be in the real world and people like at each other's throats and competing all the time. They come in here and everyone's so willing to help you or talk with you through, or as you said, promote what you're doing, or all like run out with their hands in the air to see what you're doing or whatever it is. It's weird, but also awesome at the same time.
It's so awesome. I don't think it's weird. I think it's weird to us because we're not used to it,
Mm.
We're used to like putting our hearts and souls into to projects and then like maybe getting like 100 views on it, even though you spent like months. Whereas here, you walk into an instance and you start performing and you all of a sudden you got like 30, 40, 50 people just like around you throwing snowflakes up. Throw them snowflakes up. You know what I mean?
Now you get different emojis sticking out because you can custom make them now.
I saw that actually. When someone did that in front of me, I was like, yo, what the hell was that? Because I had like a lewd one, but I thought that was really cool that you can import your own emojis now.
Yeah, that's actually a really interesting and cool feature they added. Like the custom, like here's one of my more safe ones I got.
That's amazing. That's so good. I love that.
I think of all things, that's little things like that VRChat adds that makes it feel like it's its own and amazing thing. It's not a lot of places will like add little things like that. Usually it's like we're to do something or add something big and amazing. Like most video games, like for example, Call of Duty or whatever, like each update's not just a little thing. It's hundreds of gigs of just random stuff. But VRChat's like, oh, here's a mirror. You can make emojis now. No, I like it. Details.
I love that. Yeah, little small things that just make accessibility better for everybody, and it helps like your whole experience. And also too, I feel like it negates the fact that they put in the anti-cheat, where people utilize clients like EMM to was it EMM? God, I'm an idiot.
Melon Loader, I think it was.
Melon Loader was something that you utilized. Oh my goodness, my cat just jumped up. To download the client. Wow, you're very cute, but get out of here. Bye. Sorry.
Don't be sorry.
To circle back around what I was saying. Being able to utilize these clients to mod the game, now all of a sudden you can't. A lot of those I think they're implementing in the actual platform's UI, which is great. Like the personal mirror was a big one. And yeah, I don't know. The possibilities are endless.
Well, this may be the exact opposite opinion of you, but I'm actually kind of glad they incorporated it. I'm the person who talks with everybody. I don't care what your politics are, who you want to keep company, what you want to worship. I don't care. I'll talk with everyone. And I've seen a lot of people use mods and clients for more or less wholesome stuff. So I'm kind of glad to see
malicious stuff.
Yes. And I'm kind of glad to see that they incorporated EAC, though how they went about it's where I'm annoyed with. There are things like, as you said, people used it for things like the personal mirror, being able to see things. I heard stories of a gentleman who played VRChat blind and used mods to be able to see because the mod would read out to him what's in front of him.
Oh.
Yeah, and there's they just kind of guillotined it, but also I understand why, because some of the people I've talked to over the last couple of years, Evil Eye, for example, that's one mod. And the people like who run stuff like that are always working, always finding new ways into things and stuff of that nature. So when they incorporate EAC, they still come back. So if you give them time to know it's coming, it's time for them to fix the problem and then still be there. But I also,
Yeah.
yeah.
There's always you gotta take the good with the bad, you know. There's always gonna be shitty people on any platform, any game you play, and in real life, you know.
Oh yeah.
I'm glad that they're, you know, striving to make this more of a safe space. I can't even tell you how many times I got, you know, booted or my poor computer like shat the bed because of Crasher. You know.
Yeah.
Back when I used to have everyone's avatar shown, I feel like that's a little harder to do these days.
Yeah. It is very hard to do. My only concern wasn't so much with like, I want everyone to be safe. It's more, I don't want people's computers to explode with some dude's botnet. That was my only more concern.
Seriously, yeah, I know a couple people experienced that, had to buy whole new PCs because they picked a fight with the wrong person, you know, and they just fucking exploded their shit. And it's really that sort of stuff, like having that sort of power and abusing it is just, you know, it's just evil.
Well, it is evil, though on the internet is a part of it that we'll have to live with no matter how far in the future we go. Where the more powerful the technology gets, the more powerful the opposite side will get. It's just, you can't have shadows without light. Where I fucked that up, but where there's light, there will be shadow. It's just something you live with. The internet's no different. With this online communities or people who wants to like troll and destroy things for their own fun. It's just, you got to take it for what it is. Prepare or ignore it.
Certainly. You know, I think that's kind of like where I would encourage people to, you know, try and find their niche here on the platform. Find your people, find your safe space, and, you know, obviously explore as much as you can. I know there are people who like to just go to public lobby and talk to random people. That's fine, but if you're a person who struggles with social anxiety or, you know, just like being overstimulated in general from large groups of people, there are tons of people out there just want to like sit and chill and talk or go play a game. You know, for me, it was finding all the other artists, you know, like I guess even like you know, people who want to create content on this platform and propel the community towards, you know, something, I don't know, give meaning to the community in some way. So yeah, you can find your people, you know, they're out there. You just have to look for them. Don't give up on Vrchat if you did, you know, already. Because I know there are people who have come in and they experience like the black cat and it's just like some child running by screaming racial slurs and, you know, yeah, like hairbrushes asking you to ERP with you and all sorts of like,
so
another thing I would also encourage you to do is just block children on site. Just block them.
Yes, auto block, I agree. I have a question for you that's kind of more fun, and if you want, I'll share my story first if you don't want to. What is your first horrid experience with Vrchat? You know, like, for example, one of my first times in VR, got the index. It was like maybe second day. I found what Murder 4 was, and I went into the lobby. And I saw a bunch of brushes huddled into a corner. They're all kids, and they're all moaning Oni-chan. Oh, Oni-chan. And I noped the fuck out there as fast as I fucking could.
It's terrifying.
Well, for a full-grown adult, you don't want to hear that shit at all. And it is kind of like a fever dream. It's a bunch of kiddo brushes just moaning Oni-chan in a Murder 4 lobby. Why?
It's a fever dream.
That was mine.
It's terrible.
One of my first true Vrchat experiences, that was it.
I mean, I'm sure they're having a blast, but yeah, that is perturbing as an adult. Like, I would have noped the fuck out of there too. No, thank you. I guess for me, I mean, I had a couple really weird experiences, especially when I first got on VRChat. It was hard for me to find people my age, so I was hanging out with a lot of like younger adults and like, like 18 to like 24, and the drama that went with that. I mean, I know plenty of people who are in that age bracket that are perfectly mature, but these people just happen to be not. And I'd become really close to this one girl, and it was during the pandemic where I couldn't really leave my house, and I didn't really, of course I talked to my IRL friends, but this was like someone who I was like hanging out with on the regular in VR, and we all got like headsets together at the same time and whatnot. And of course, she was like dating one of the guys in the group, and they got in some, juvenile skirmish, and broke up. And I was part of his server, but she had gotten booted out of the server, and he kept on doing this thing where he would like go and find her in public lobbies and like take her aside and have conversations with her, like really like sad, deep conversations with her, and he would be like streaming it to the server, and they'd all be like laughing.
That's
Laughing. It was, yeah, and so like
horrible.
I caught him doing it. It was really horrible. Yeah, I caught him doing it, and I was just like, what am I doing? Like I can't be hanging out with people like this. And that was when I made a point to get up on Reddit and ask if there was anybody in their 30s who was on the platform. Just because I wanted to find adults who, wanted to do adult things and talk about adult stuff and not act like they were in fucking high school. So, and I did, I found my buddy Dangle, who made this avatar for me. He makes a lot of stuff for Fundead 64. He's made all our King of the Hill avatars. And I have also made friends with the Metaverse crew, which is a group of developers from South Africa. And they do like monthly meetups and world jams and all sorts of stuff like that. So that was really eye-opening for me. From there, I found the club, they directed me to the club scene and other performers and other developers, world builders, avatar creators. So that was really nice, to finally find the other creative types here on the platform and not just kind of be stuck in the like, the muck and the mire of like juvenile public lobbies. It was actually really great. It was a game changer for me because I almost like gave up on the platform. Yeah, I was like, if this is all there is to this, I don't want any part of it because it's obnoxious,
Yeah.
If you're an adult, you want to deal with drama.
Yeah, I can understand that.
I'm not here
much.
for drama. We're here for fun, I want fun. I want fulfillment, not drama.
Fun, like Murder
Unless
4.
it's on the stage. Yeah.
Oni-chan.
Murder 4. You had to use that reference. Murder 4. Yeah, that's great. Yeah, I just got. Oh, sorry, I didn't mean to run over you with a car.
Do you know the story I'm referencing, Raptor?
No, but I think I'll get the general idea.
It's a story with a bunch of kiddos in Murder 4 moaning Oni-chan.
Oh God. Okay. Yes. Now I know what you're talking about.
Cursed.
Very cursed.
Absolutely cursed. So cursed.
Very cursed. Yes.
For some reason, in my experiences of VRChat, I have not experienced people having sad Discord documentaries, but I've experienced, as best described, as Oni-chan has been my VRChat experience from the beginning. It's never been simple. It's been fever dream horror, but hilarious at the same time. As an adult, it's terrifying.
Oh, it's so entertaining, I'm just like running around, switching up your avatar, just making people laugh. I've never laughed so much as I have on this platform. Like, people just want to have fun and make each other laugh, and so it warms my fucking heart, man. Great.
it's even more fun trying to explain why you're laughing to people who have no idea what VRChat is.
You
Yeah.
gotta get in it to know. You don't. You won't
That's
get
right.
it unless you get in. Get in here. You gotta get in here.
Mm.
You know.
On the inside,
Get in
you're
here. Find
enjoying yourself with your favorite anime waifu. On the outside, you're some dude in full body tracking of your headset with a Mutalk strapped to the front of your face, bent over kind of like this. No one on the outside has any idea what's going on. But for you, it's great.
Yeah. Don't you always feel awkward too when you're like, oh, like when people are like, oh, what did you do this weekend? And I'm like, oh, I went clubbing, you know, or I
Yeah.
hung out with my friends. And they're like, who did you hang out with? And I'm like, oh, you know, Skeleton 420 or something.
They look at, who in the fuck is that person? I've never seen that guy. Where the hell? Why does he got a nickname like that for? Because it just is. You have to get the gear to understand. Then you got people like me and Lion. We're innocent beings, right, Lion? We don't do nothing bad. We really don't.
No, never. Jakes.
Never.
Never.
Jinx. Jinx. Cut it off. Hurry. They're going to go downhill. No. Hi.
Well, I guess that is the beauty of VRChat, though. It's an amazing place that's hard to explain. The only way to experience it is to be there.
Yeah, you gotta get in here. I'm saying, get in here.
Mhm.
Mm.
You know, you're not gonna get it unless you get in here. So get in. Come on, get in.
Get your feet wet. It's not that bad. It'll wash off later. You'll understand why. That's why I have white
Yeah.
feet.
Just use a tissue,
It's kind of a
please.
bummer too because I feel like when people
Use a
don't get it, like when I
tissue.
Sorry.
Use a tissue.
you're fine.
Use a tissue. Yeah, why not?
Making a mess.
Use the tissue. Hey, if it gets too bad, folks, if it gets too bad, if you can't use the tissue, they got handy wipes today. You can actually buy at your store and go, da, 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 and it's already self-absorbing. You just toss them. Give it a try. Works
Wax
for me.
on, wax off.
Wax off. She had to go there. She had to go with the wax on, wax off.
Wax
Way to go,
on, wax
Fang.
off.
Mm.
And if you get desperate, you just buff on, buff off, and you're going, my God, did you see what that person did over there? Shh, it's VR. Don't tell them. They don't know yet. It's the way to work.
Well, thank you very much for joining us, Fang. It's been a pleasure talking and getting to meet you.
Yes, yes. If I could stay here longer than fucking 5 minutes. Yeah, it was great talking to you. I missed half the fucking conversation. I fucking nothing new.
Well, look at the bright
Not
side.
always, but you know.
At least in this attempt of it, the audio's working.
Yeah,
know, oh
but
my
now
God.
I'm not. Yeah,
We
that's
did
how
so
it
much
works.
better the last time, but hey, I like that we loosened up. You know,
Lucy
we were
goosey.
real.
She
Goosey.
got
No, it's been a-
comfortable in her own VR chair in her own house. Ain't that nice? It's so
It
great.
was. I am quite cozy actually. Before I was like awkwardly
can-
hunched over my laptop, like grabbing like a microphone, like.
That sounds wrong doing it. That's okay. Hey, inhaler.
Oh, I need you.
Dude, get your ass in here. She needs an inhaler.
No, I definitely got way. I'm definitely way more comfortable. But yeah, it's been a pleasure. Thank you for having me on.
No
I'm
problem.
sorry.
Oh,
I
yes.
was-
Hey,
Don't be
no.
Absolutely
No
ridiculous.
problem at all.
Anything.
Don't be apologize at all. We love it the way you are, and hopefully we get to see you again down the road and everything else like this. Me
Absolutely.
and Lion, I'd like to come see what you do. Really, I'd like to see
Yeah.
what you perform. Everything else like this. If you perform or something, like, give us a heads up. We'll try to pop in, and you know, if we can get in the door, they might throw us back out as fast as we get in. But hey, what the hell? At least we got to see it and everything else like this. Yeah.
As long as you don't blast off into the asteroid, we'll be good.
Hey,
Yeah, no, absolutely.
don't
I'll keep
tell-
you guys
don't
posted.
tell
I think we're trying
Mom.
to. I won't.
don't
Never.
tell Mom.
Mom? Hello?
Mom? Don't tell Mom. I can't get my ass
Is
to
that
stay
you?
on the asteroid. Mom, give me the bottle glue.
Just gonna glue your ass to the asteroid.
Asteroid. It's okay till you hit that next rock and then you're screwed because you're going to be a splat on that rock permanently. We just got your
Oh my
feet there and a bullet. Oh, yeah.
It's like a
It's
bug on a
great.
windshield.
It's okay. You got it. Till somebody gets out and goes squirt. Oh, he's gone. It's over with.
Oh my
Oh,
god.
Lord.
Y'all are
So-
hilarious.
So where could people find you, or what would you like to plug, if you have anything you'd like to plug?
Sure. I mean, you can always find me on Twitter. I'm at VRFangs, and the Synthia account is at Synthia Sisters. I'm Fangs VR on YouTube. You can go and check out my silly little content. I can tell you how to get into VR clubs and proper VR etiquette for people who are new to VR chat. It's people tell me it can be helpful. So, and yeah, you can find Synthia on no music platforms yet, but soon. But if you could go give us a follow on Twitter, that'd be great. We don't spam people's feeds too often, and usually we try to promote other artists' stuff. So yeah.
Okay. Well, everybody.
Oh, also, oh sorry.
No, don't be.
And please go check out on YouTube Funded64. That would be really awesome. We make a lot of really stupid videos. And you can see the King of the Hill video on there. We also make like Resident Evil videos and just like a bunch of shitpost stuff. It's ridiculous, but it's definitely worth checking out if you like dumb VR stuff.
Well, everybody, I hope you enjoyed it. Enjoy the rest of your day.
Bye, folks. Don't worry. Mom won't know about this asteroid until it gets there. Shh, don't tell. Please don't tell. Have a good one, folks. And thank you again, Fang, for being here.